My name is Nella, and I am 25 years old. For as long as I can remember, I've struggled with the feeling that no one truly loves me. It's not something I often said out loud, but it was always there, like a shadow following me everywhere I went. Growing up, I was a quiet child. I wasn't the kid everyone wanted to sit next to or invite to their birthday parties. In school, I excelled academically, but I never felt like I fit in socially. My parents loved me, I knew that, but their love often felt distant, as if they were too busy to notice the small things about me that mattered so much in my heart. As I moved into my teenage years, I started seeking validation from friends and relationships. I thought that if someone chose me, it would fill the empty space inside me. But time and time again, I found myself disappointed. Friends drifted away, relationships ended, and I was left asking, what is wrong with me? By the time I was in my 20s, the loneliness had grown louder. Social media didn't help. Scrolling through pictures of smiling faces, happy couples, and people living their best lives only amplified my feelings of inadequacy. Everyone seemed to be surrounded by love, while I sat alone in my tiny apartment, wondering why I wasn't enough. One particular night, it all came crashing down. I was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and I whispered to myself, "No one loves me." Saying it out loud made the pain feel even sharper. Tears rolled down my cheeks as I thought about all the ways I tried to earn love, being helpful, saying the right things, trying to be perfect. Yet, it never seemed to be enough. In that moment of despair, a small voice inside me asked, "But do you love yourself?" I paused, startled by the thought. I realized I'd spent so much time looking for love from others that I had never stopped to consider how I felt about myself. If I didn't love me, how could I expect anyone else to? The next morning, I decided to start small. I wrote a list of things I liked about myself. At first, it was hard. My inner critic wanted to tear apart every positive thought, but I persisted. "I'm kind," I wrote. "I'm a good listener. I'm creative." Slowly, the list grew longer. I also made an effort to take better care of myself. I started journaling, pouring out my feelings onto paper. I joined a yoga class, where I learned to appreciate my body for what it could do rather than how it looked. I even started painting again, something I hadn't done since I was a kid. These small acts of self-care began to feel like love letters to myself. As I nurtured this newfound self-love, something amazing happened. My perspective began to shift. I noticed the kindness of strangers, the warmth in a friend's smile, and the way my barista remembered my order. These small acts of connection felt like little reminders that I wasn't as alone as I'd thought. The biggest change, however, was within me. I no longer felt the desperate need to be loved by others to feel whole. I realized that my worth didn't depend on someone else's validation. I was worthy simply because I existed. And as I grew more confident in this truth, my relationships improved. People seemed drawn to the genuine version of me, the one who didn't hide behind a mask of perfection. Today, I'm still on this journey. There are days when the old feelings creep back in, but I remind myself that self-love isn't a destination, it's a practice. I've learned to be kinder to myself, to celebrate my victories, no matter how small, and to forgive myself when I stumble. If you're reading this and feeling like no one loves you, I want you to know that I've been there. I've felt the ache of loneliness and the weight of self-doubt. But I've also learned that the love you're searching for starts within you. It's not easy, but it's the most important work you'll ever do. You are worthy of love, Nella. And so am I.